Hello friends, this is Gaurav Nagdave. Today we'll start our video lecture series on simple VCRS. Now what is VCRS? VCRS stands for Vapor Compression Refrigeration System, in which the refrigerant is used for the circulation. It is an improved type of air refrigeration system in which some particular substance that is called refrigerant is used for the refrigeration purpose. That means in VCRS some X refrigerant is used for the refrigeration purpose. It condenses and evaporates at temperature and pressure close to the atmospheric condition. The refrigerant which is used are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and ammonia. In evaporating system, the refrigerant absorbs its latent heat from the brine solution which is used for circulating around the cold chamber. While condensing, it gives its latent heat to the circulating water of the cooler. The vapor compression refrigeration system is therefore called as latent heat pump, as it pumps its latent heat from the brine solution and delivered to the cooler. It is generally used for the domestic as well as industrial purposes. Now we will see what are the basic components of the VCRS. There are four basic components of the VCRS, that is compressor, condenser, expansion valve and evaporator. We will start with the point number 1, that is compressor. Now what is the function of compressor in VCRS? Compressor compresses the refrigerant, means it reduces its volume and increases its pressure, and if the pressure increases, the temperature of the refrigerant also increases. That means in inlet port of compressor, the low temperature, low pressure vapor refrigerant came converts into high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. Now this high temperature, high pressure vapor refrigerant passes to the cooler, that is called condenser. Now what exactly condenser do? Condenser consists of coils of pipes in which high pressure and temperature vapor refrigerant is cooled and condensed. That means the refrigerant while passing through the condenser gives its latent heat to the surrounding condensing medium, which is called air or water, that is called brine solution. Now next component is attached with the condenser is receiver. Now what exactly receiver do? The condensed liquid refrigerant from the condenser is stored in a vessel known as receiver, from where it is supplied to the evaporator through the expansion valve of refrigerant control valve. That means after condensation, the condition of refrigerant is low temperature, high pressure liquid refrigerant is stored in the receiver. After that, it passes to the expansion valve, where the pressure gate reduces after passing the refrigerant through the expansion valve. That means after passing through the expansion valve, which is called throttle valve, allow the liquid refrigerant under high pressure and temperature to pass at a controlled rate after reducing its pressure and temperature. Some of the liquid refrigerant evaporates as it passes through the expansion valve, but the greater portion of vaporize in the evaporator at the low pressure temperature. That means after expansion process, the condition of refrigerant is low temperature, low pressure liquid refrigerant. Now this condition of refrigerant is passes to the evaporator. Now what exactly evaporator do? An evaporator consists of coils of pipes in which liquid vapor refrigerant allow at low pressure and temperature is evaporated and changes into the vapor refrigerant at low pressure and temperature. In evaporating, the liquid vapor refrigerant absorbs its latent heat of vaporization from the medium that is called air or brine solution. Okay. Now, these are the basic component of simple VCR, that is compressor, condenser, receiver, expansion valve and evaporator. Now we will see how the pH and TS diagram is drawn for the simple VCRS. So as you all know, the compression process start with the point number 1 as shown in the diagram. It is on the saturation vapor line. That means the compression process start with the point number 1. That means point number 1 is called before compression, that is on the saturation vapor line. Now 1 to 2 is the compression process in which refrigerant get compressed, means the temperature of the refrigerant and pressure also increases as shown in the figure. That means 1 to 2 is the compression process which is called isentropic compression. Now what is isentropic compression? So isentropic compression is the process in which before compression and after compression the condition of refrigerant is same. That means before and after compression the entropy remains same. Now 1 to 2 is the compression process. 2 to 3 is the condensation process. That means condensation means cooling. Cooling means phase change from vapor to liquid. From vapor to liquid. That means the refrigerant get converted. What are the advantages of simple VCRS? So following are the advantages of simple VCRS. It has smaller size for the given capacity of refrigerant, number 1. Number 2 is it has less running cost. That means the cost of the simple VCRS is very low. Next is it can be employed over a large range of temperature. That means simple VCRS is used for various temperature ranges. And number 4, the coefficient of performance is quite high. That means COP of the VCRS, that is simple VCRS, is very high. These are the advantages of simple VCRS. Following are the limitations of the VCRS. Number 1 is initial cost is very high. That means initially when we purchase simple VCRS system, the cost of the particular equipment is very high. The prevention of the leakage of the refrigerant is the major problem in vapor compression system. What it means? there may be a chances of leakages of refrigerant in the vapor compression refrigeration system. That's all for the simple VCRS.